Guys. Let's make sure this is actually working. We're doing a vertical live right now and see if we can go through some of this software together. Let me see what I got going on the studio side of things. Content. Oh, we got, oh, that's a comment from a video I see popping up. I'm not used to doing this vertically or on the phone at all. This is actually kind of weird. Let's see, how is it showing up? That is kind of funky. Whoa. I gotta get better at doing this. Let's see what we got going on here. All right, I got studio up. That seems to be working. And I think my microphone is working. Let me reposition that. These weird little Bluetooth microphones are they're sometimes a little tricky to position. So it's kind of weird. What's up, Wolf? What's up, Darren? There we go. I got the chat working right there. That's what I needed. I needed something on my monitor here because I'm still in front of my computer, and I just needed something so that I could actually see what was going on with all this. But I'm working on making thumbnails for upcoming stuff, and also trying to figure out potentially a new editing software, because lately I've been having some issues with Pinnacle Studio, which is what I've used for years. So I'm going to see if I'm just kind of investigate what I'm doing. I figured while I'm sitting here and doing this, I figured I'd hang out with you guys a little bit, see what's going on. Pops is here. What's going on, dude? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, I'll show you. Let me move this. Can I flip the cam? This is what I'm doing right now. I'm working in Canva and just kind of figuring out thumbnails for some upcoming stuff. I actually got a really fun recommendation, or a request from somebody actually asking if we could play Kid Icarus sometime on the channel, and I think that's a great idea. So I'm putting together a Kid Icarus thumbnail and seeing figuring out about when I want to jump into that, because next week we're diving right back into the world of Final Fantasy. We're going Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core next week, so this is going to be it's going to be interesting how that works. I don't know if there's any sound alerts that'll happen on my end here. It's definitely strange doing this one vertically. We've done it before in the past, but I think things have changed since then. YouTube has definitely had some updates from there, so it takes a little getting used to. I like that the chat now pops up on the screen there. I don't know if that happened before. I think last time I had trouble even seeing the chats from everybody, so it's nice to see that. What's up, Real Wade? Oh no, actually, I didn't check your message yet on Twitter. I got to jump on that and see what we got going on. Yeah, we're gonna call. I love this hoodie. It's a little weird shape, but it's so comfortable. I love the zip up hoodies like this. Darren says I've done a live stream on my mobile recently. Oh, you did right from mobile. Okay. What's up, Jeff? Good to see you. So I'm just messing around with some different software stuff, but I figure while I'm sitting here, maybe just kind of go live on this early Friday afternoon and kind of just hang out a different type of a stream and see what everybody's up to. I don't know if people are working or on maybe a lunch break or whatever's going on. Maybe you got the day off, which is definitely nice. What's up, Donna? So I want to find, right now, I'm still doing the thumbnail thing right now, and I want to put together a fun Kid Icarus thumbnail for the original NES game. And I always start with finding at least the cover art. If I don't have the box to take a picture of it myself, I don't have the box to Kid Icarus, so I look for the box art so that I can work with that. And then I start to take elements from that and put it into some sort of background. And maybe now it's got to be at least a month ago now, or maybe 2 months ago, I started using Canva. I don't know if there's a separate program to download, but I'm using it directly through just its website. So it's all web based, it seems. And I'm really liking it. What I used to do was I was using to make my thumbnails, and to be completely honest, the program is way better than anybody would think. I was using Microsoft Paint 3D to make the thumbnails, but Canva takes it to a whole new level, and I got way more options to do the things that I was doing in Paint 3D, but way more advanced. And it was free, so I've been really liking that. But I think I've only scratched the surface on what I can even do with that, so it's pretty fun. Darren says it's my normal day off, but I'm putting in a little OT today. Good, yeah, get that paycheck, man. Get that paycheck, get that OT. I got my team at work. Does a lot of overtime. I'm on salary, so I can't get anything additional. There's no overtime for me, though. There's going to be overtime that just happens, but that's kind of comes with the territory with that. Clifton 3D, what's up, dude? Long time no see, man. Yeah, I know. With the time zones, it's so funny when I do anything during the day, the different people I see on a live stream. It's so cool. Mystically is what's going on, dude. Guys, after last night, I'm not gonna lie. I actually had nightmares last night after that Resident Evil stream. I haven't had a nightmare like that in a long time. And yeah, I had one last night, and it was pretty freaky. Oh, this is a cool picture of Pitt. I'm gonna grab that. Oh yeah. I'm just multitasking, and I'm grabbing elements to work with here, and I'm gonna start to put them together on some sort of a background and make something, and then I'll show you guys what I come up with. Since I found that I can actually flip the camera and show you, so give you an idea of what I do. Um, I like to uh, I like to try to find images related to what I'm looking to do, and then not necessarily use that specific image, but elements from it, and then make it my own mashup, my own combination of elements to make it be its own. Um, so it's fun. Donna says I fell asleep right after watching just a few minutes last night. Oh, that could be scary. Nightmares last night followed by a bad dream this morning with the WWF video. Yeah, that WrestleMania game is something. Now that you're used to invisible enemies, you should play Enemy Zero next. Enemy Zero? What is Enemy Zero? What is that on? I don't know that one. Or maybe I should know that one, and I'm not thinking of the right game. Let's see. I want a Kid Icarus style background. Maybe just something like up in the clouds, or maybe something around Mount Olympus. Maybe I should do Mount Olympus. Oh, it's on the Sega Saturn? I actually don't have a Sega Saturn, and a little while back, I was looking into trying to obtain one. Varying price ranges. It was kind of all over the place. And then what I started to learn was it seemed to be specific differences between models of the Saturn. So I never quite settled on picking one up. I also haven't found one at any of like the local retro gaming places. If I could just get it hands on and pick it up at a place, I always love doing that. There's a few good horror games on the Saturn. I know there's a port of Resident Evil, the original Resident Evil on the Saturn, which has its mixed reviews. I know the frame rates are different and things are a little weird in that port, but I would love to play it because I want to play every version of every Resident Evil game, because why not? If I can get my hands on it, why not? Whole bunch of people popping in already. This is great. I just randomly went live and just figured let's just chill for a little bit and talk about some of the software and everything. Um, yeah, I think I just want like a cloud background, something. Maybe let's see. Mount Olympus was shown in Kid Icarus, right? Like a like an 8-bit representation of it. I know it's in the old. Oh, I can find that. I don't know if that'll work. We would see Mount Olympus occasionally in Captain N, the Game Master, in that old cartoon. Nothing really, nothing that I could really use from that very low resolution stuff. And then this the way Pitt looked. Let me show you guys this. The way Pitt looked in that old cartoon. This was Pitt when we see him in Captain N, the Game Master. It's pretty funny. Even Mega Man had an interesting design. He just looked off. Like Mega Man was a little weird in that show. I still love that show. I wish it came back. I wish it got remastered. I wish there was a Blu-ray release of it. There was a DVD set of it, but it was hard to find. What's up, Ted? Good to see you, dude. Clifton says I want to get the Dreamcast. Really, only the games on my emulation. Yeah, the Dreamcast, which I have actually. Well, I got a bunch of stuff sitting on top of it at the moment because I haven't used it in a little bit. But here's my Dreamcast with a bunch of crap stacked onto it, sitting on top of my Xbox. It's a mess over here. This stuff always ends up getting messy. Got the Retron up there and the GameCube and my Switch dock. But the Dreamcast is one of my favorite consoles. I love it. Like, we just got the re-release of Jedi Power Battles that just came out on modern consoles. That's a remaster of the Dreamcast port of that game, which was my favorite port of the game. So it's awesome. But I still play it on the Dreamcast. It's awesome. How's this microphone sound, guys? Does it sound weird? Am I too close to it? I don't know. I don't know how to deal with microphones. All right, I don't really have any good Mount Olympus pictures. How about just like mountains in the clouds? Ooh, yeah. Here we go. I'm finding stuff. What looks? I gotta find something. I like that one. Yeah. Okay, save that image. I'm gonna make that work. So I'm gonna jump over to Canva. Maybe I should flip the camera and show you guys this. Sounds good? Okay. So what if I go like, if I move my keyboard and I put this here and I flip this around, I'll show you I'll show you if I can what I'm doing. Where did I put that picture? What the heck did it save as? Where did it go? Oh, I put it in Nintendo. Where is it? The mountains. There it is. Okay, so here's the base of the image I'm going to use. I'm not seeing it like full at the moment, because we're in a vertical thing. There's only so far back I can bring this back. This is the thing I like. So you can tell Canva to prep it for what you're going to do. So I'm making a YouTube thumbnail, and then it's going to adjust to make sure that we're going to be in the right aspect ratio for it. So I get to work with this as our main background. I got this open space in there. What's up, Mars Monkey Max? Good to see you. So lots of space to work with to put elements into this from Kid Icarus. Jeff says I picked up a Dreamcast on the cheap yesterday. The disc tray and door needs some repair, but the overall console is in good shape. Nice. There are mods you can actually have done or do them yourself if you are comfortable with it, where you can remove the disc tray portion and put a slot for an SD card. I've seen a lot of people do that with their older consoles, especially the Dreamcast. I've seen it done with the GameCube And it's pretty. I mean, at that point, then you're just literally firing up the ROMs on the console. But it's pretty cool modifications, though, to see what people can do with that. All right, where did I put that picture of Pitt? Pitt, where are you? I know I saved it. I know I saved it. Or maybe I didn't save it. Where did I put that? Oh, here it is. Okay, so then I can bring Pitt over here. So he's taking up a bunch of space, but here's the thing I love about Canva, which I was doing this manually in Paint 3D, but you grab the image and then you go to up here at the top, BG remover, which is background remover. It will scan it. And then, as long as it doesn't have a hard time with it, boom, we have just Pitt, no background. So now I can have him like fill in the negative space in this image and have him like up in the clouds, like up here, and then I'll put like maybe the cover art. Yeah, Spidey, we got a daytime stream going on. Let me tilt him a little bit. I want the wings going off camera, and I want to bring him down. Let me just, there we go. So it's kind of like he's coming out of the clouds. And then in this negative space, I want the game cover art. And then we can bring this in and resize it. Do I want to block the mountains at all? Maybe I don't like that. Or maybe block just that mountain. Because I want the I want the title, and to be clear of what this is. Maybe I should get the more narrow image of the cover art. Well, let's start with that. But actually, I could also add a shadow to that. Like maybe we could do maybe like a backdrop shadow and pull it off. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Oh, I just hit the wrong button. Okay, that's actually kind of cool with the shadow there. And then if I angle it, so let's do this. Get back to the shadow. Edit, shadow, backdrop. We can make it a little blurry. And then we can, oh, I can change. Oh, yeah. Let's change the angle. How intense do we want that to be? I can make it a very dark shadow. Do I want the shadow to be black? Maybe I want that a little lighter. Spidey says, I'm glad I'm not the only one using Canva for my thumbnail. I am loving Canva. I think it's a great program. This is really cool. Oh, this is good. I'm glad my desk monitors isn't the only messy one. Yeah, it gets so messy so often. I gotta clean up. Maybe I want to make that shadow maybe merge with the reddish haze in the clouds. Oh, maybe like that. And then blend it a bit like it's coming out of the sky. Let's see if I go a little bigger and then kind of, no, I can't make the shadow bigger, huh? Unless I change the distance. Make that bigger. It cuts off too much. If I could bring the shadow up a little bit, that would be kind of cool, but it doesn't look like I can. Or I can have it really shoot out. Or have it down low. No, I kind of want it in the sky with pit. Maybe I don't want that backdrop. Maybe page lift. Let's shrink this. No, I don't like that. Angled. Just an outline. A drop shadow. We could do a drop shadow. Make that a dark shadow. Maybe give it a little bit of a 3D. Change like the angle. Oh, like like tilt it, like have it like come kind of flying it. Oh, wait, we can make it like it's flying up. Where's that backdrop? So then if I go like something like that, where it's like rising out of the distance, we could do something like that and put the shadow right to the edge of the image. So it's sort of like it's coming like right at pit. Oh, Spidey, I'm just like I was just kind of working on some stuff between um thumbnails for upcoming videos, and also looking into potentially an alternate editing software. But I kind of like the idea of going at an angle like that. I don't know if I'm crazy about the size yet. I don't know. It's like these are things I go back and forth with each time I'm doing these, and I don't know. I'm like never fully happy with it. I could also change the way this looks, like the actual picture itself. I could give it a bit of a blur. Or maybe let's see. Can I make it kind of hazy? Make it black and white. I don't want to do that. Negative color. No, I don't want that. Taryn says, I have thumbnails made, but no videos made for it. Well, you know what? That's not a bad thing, because there's a lot of tips that I hear from a lot of, like, like the channels that really like go deep into um how to be successful on things like YouTube and stuff like that. And a lot of them talk about starting with the thumbnail. The thumbnail and the title is like make it your baseline. um oh, Spidey's yeah, so I'll jump to Spidey in a second, but make it like your baseline is like, that's what I want the content to be about. Like, I don't have the video for this yet, but I know I want it to be about Kid Icarus, and I may potentially talk about the evolution of the character. So, we've got 8-bit Pit, but then we've got more current day his look, more like when we see him in Smash Brothers and stuff like that. So Spidey's asking, I guess what I mean is thematically, are we trying to make a pixelated Pit or a modern Pit? So yeah, it's kind of morphing into like modern Pit meets 8-bit. And my thought is I may cover this game more of not just about playing it, but more about the evolution of the Kid Icarus series and the character himself. And then one of the things I generally do as well, which is pretty much a branding thing, really more than anything else, is that I put a goofy picture of myself in here somewhere. So like I could do like, I use this one often. Usually I'm down in a corner or something, and then I try to get rid of this section here. So I'll erase a bunch of that. And then I just kind of have like maybe I'll put a little bit of text in this space talking about what it is. something like how did we get from here to here, or maybe just an arrow going from the 8-bit to the modern one, and kind of, morph it like that. So that's kind of what that's one of the things that I'm working on at the moment, to just kind of prep things for future we should do googly eyes. I could put googly eyes on me. That would be pretty funny. But the other big thing that I'm trying to look into, and let me bring that search back up. Um, let's see, to video editing software. Um, a lot of people talk about Filmora. I'm not familiar with that at all, but there is a YouTuber named Daniel Batal who I believe that's the program he would talk about quite often, or maybe it was, I don't think it was DaVinci. I think he talked about Filmora. So I got to double check his videos and see what he talks about with that software. But I'll show you guys what I use and why I'm a bit what I'm looking for in the software, and also I'll explain what I'm a bit frustrated about. So I use. Am I back? Did I come back? I don't know if I'm back. That did it? Oh, there we go. What did I touch? See, this is why I suck at mobile live streaming. Um Now I'm on. So I said a bunch of stuff, didn't I? You know what? Oh, that's what I hit. There's a microphone icon right squeezed up against the icon to flip the camera. So I hit it. So I don't know what the last thing is that you guys heard, but I was talking about let me carefully flip this. There we go. I was talking about the features that I want in a software. So this is Pinnacle Studio 26 or Pinnacle Studio Ultimate 26. And the basic features I want, like obviously I want transitions. I mostly use like the standard 2D transitions, ones very similar that happen in Star Wars and stuff like that. I just like the basic transitions overall. I want multiple tracks and the ability to add more tracks for overlaying elements. I want to be able to do zoom in and pan around. I want to have different types, like just basic effects like that. I think anybody would expect from an editing software, and I've gotten so used to Pinnacle because I've used it for years. And the problem is, for whatever reason, this program just has slowed down dramatically over the years, and even with major upgrades to my PC, it still is very, very slow. Um, Another thing I came across completely by accident, and this seems to be now just it comes with Windows 11, I think, is Microsoft Clipchamp. And I tried that out a little bit. There is a like a pro version of it that you pay for, but I'm only trying the free version right now, and it seems to work very fast. but it looks like it's limited and it may be missing some of the what I would consider the basic features that I would want and the things that I use pretty much on a regular basis. So that's where I'm looking for potential recommendations or what other people use to see, what other types of options are out there. But yeah, I am using Pinnacle Studio 26. I haven't used DaVinci Resolve. There is a free version of that as well. I saw that in the search. I saw DaVinci Resolve. I see something else called Vegas Creative. Cyberlink I have used in the past. I don't know what Movavi is. I mean, then there's like iMovie, like you could literally edit movies on your iPhone. That's limited as well. But it's just kind of one of those weird things that I just try to figure out what's gonna suit my needs. I don't want to lose something that I already have the ability to do for the sake of speed. I'd rather wait longer and still have the feature that I want. But here's the other thing. Something about the way Pinnacle exports the videos has changed. And I have made videos the same way for the past 2 years. And this past month, something changed. And then all of a sudden, the way I export videos, YouTube no longer liked it. So when it came out, the video would become choppy. And what the weird thing was, if it was a short video, you were pretty much fine. But if the video reached 11 minutes or more, that's when the choppiness would start. And this was consistent. I couldn't believe it. I tested it a whole bunch of times. I'm like, it's like at that moment, 11 minutes or so. And then it just became choppy. So I changed around resolutions and video format, and I've been finding some success, but it's frustrating kind of going through all that. So that's what really sparked me looking into potential other ones. I saw somebody mention another program. Let me scroll back up here. Vinci Resolve I saw. Oh, Clipchamp. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's what I mentioned. Microsoft Clipchamp before. I thought I saw someone else say something. You currently use CapCut. I don't know CapCut. What is CapCut? CapCut alternative for PC. Oh, make shorts. Is that specifically for short form for vertical videos? I think I actually have CapCut on my phone. I think I do. I think I ended up having CapCut put on while I was using TikTok prior, which by the way, I don't have a TikTok anymore. I got rid of that a while back. Um, it nothing, people use it great, find success in it, awesome. It didn't really do anything for me. So I was just like, this was fun to at least test out and try, but I completely wiped out the account. The whole MatCave Gaming TikTok thing is gone. That went bye-bye. But I'm pretty sure I got CapCut because that helped with creating TikTok videos. There was something it did with the different transitions and stuff like that. Clifton says I'm an Adobe snob. So Adobe, what is that? Adobe Blender? So is that something that I know like Adobe has all like the like crazy, like especially like picture editing and stuff like that. But what is Blender? Blender.org, the Blender project, free and open visual effects. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing. No, Adobe Premiere. Okay. Adobe Premiere. Adobe Premiere Pro. There is a free trial. Oh, it's a monthly and an annual subscription. So one of the things I'm also looking for is something I can potentially just purchase right out, like a one-time purchase. That's what Pinnacle is. Pinnacle Studio is a one-time buy, and then they, every couple of years they do have a new version. We're up to version 26, and that's been around for a while. And I generally get the ultimate edition so that it has all the transitions, the visual effects, all the color correction options, and like there's so many things I can do with it, and it gets a little tough. Did my mic just go out again? Nope, it didn't. Okay, I hit a button on it. Black Dragon, what's up, dude? Let's see. It's a big chunky piece of software, and it might slow down when doing things like exports, but I've found it to be very helpful. Yeah, I don't mind I should have specified as far as the slowness on what's happening in Pinnacle. The exports, I get it. Like, especially if I'm exporting in a higher resolution and a high bit rate, that's going to take a while. That's perfectly fine. What started to slow down dramatically is the editing process. So it used to buffer while I was working, and I checked all the settings, and it still says it's doing it. And I could, while I worked, it would be processing things in the background for me, and I could still make my edits, my cuts, and do all of that. But all of a sudden, it's not happy. And I've updated my GPU drivers. I've updated. This computer is quite different now. And this problem has happened well before I changed anything on the computer. So one of my hopes was that the upgrades to the computer would have helped this situation that I had with this. So that's one of the things. But one of the things I am looking for is to be able to outright purchase the software and have something that not a monthly basis, anything like that. What's up, Leia? Good to see you. So yeah, Adobe Premiere though looks cool. I'm looking at the website right now. It looks like it does a ton of things. So that's pretty cool. I saw another one. Mars Monkey Mac says, yeah, a lot of people have migrated from Adobe to Affinity Studio. Affinity Studio. Let's see what that is. See, I knew you guys would have information. Okay, let's see. Award-winning photo editing, graphic design, and page layout software. Does it do video editing, though? There's lots of stuff with pictures. It does have a one-time thing. Okay, so there's Affinity Designer, Affinity Photo, and Affinity Publisher. So which one of these does videos? Yeah, 3 packages on there. Yep. DaVinci is one of the best out there to get. I'll look at DaVinci also. And I know so many of these things are going to be very similar to each other, which is fine. I mean, there's only so different a video editing software can be. You don't think, there's no video version of it yet? It looks like it does a ton of cool stuff with pictures. That's pretty cool. I mean, this is something like definitely professional grade, like something that, for making really, really killer thumbnails and all kinds of artwork and stuff like that. Kneepain uses DaVinci. Oh, that's a great sign, actually. Kneepain is great. Dude has such an amazing professional background. It's incredible. His photography stuff is great. He did this video. It was one that he kind of just it was one of those kind of just go random, live or record it. He was out hiking and saw this owl. I forget what type of owl it was, and he had these different lenses with him, and he started capturing these amazing pictures at night of this owl, and he got some really, really cool shots. That unfortunately we can't see that now. I know his Kneepain page is he's not using that anymore for YouTube purposes as far as making content. At least last I heard from him on that, but he is working on a different channel and building up something. So I can't wait to see what he gets, what comes from that. Let me look up DaVinci. Is it DaVinci Resolve? Is that what that's called? DaVinci Resolve. Okay. Oh, that's the Movavi thing. Wait. You found it in, oh, an easy alternative to DaVinci. Okay, hold on. I want to see actual. I want to see actual DaVinci Resolve. Is that from Blackmagic Design? DaVinci Resolve 19. Oh, what do we got going on here? They're showing clips from Marvel stuff. DaVinci Resolve is the world's only solution that combines editing, color correction, visual effects, motion graphics, and audio post-production all in one software tool. That's not true. Pinnacle does that. But okay, it does it high quality. I mean, this, there's some cool shots here. Let's see. AI-based voice isolation. That's a cool feature. If you don't have like, a mic that's doing noise canceling or anything like that, you can do it in post. Multi-user collaboration. Okay, here we go. So now I'm seeing like a shot of like the layout of it. So I'm seeing, you see how it looks very similar to what I was using in Pinnacle with the preview window and stuff like that. So that's got my interest right there, especially having such a good similarity. And it does all different types of media. It definitely does the lighting and color correction, which is great. I use that a lot more often now than I used to because I just got a lot more comfortable with it. With some of the older videos from my channel that I've recently remastered and reposted, mostly due to them, something happened on the YouTube side and those videos broke. So the old videos that are from years ago basically were dead in the water. I reached out to YouTube support. They said they were going to try to reprocess them. I don't know if they ever actually did it. There was nothing that told me that anything actually happened, but either way, nothing changed. So I've been working on reprocessing them myself. And good thing is, for the most part, I have the source files from almost every video I've ever done. So I was able to go back to the original, the original print and then go from there. But while I was at it, I was like, man, there were some really awkward moments in these old videos, and I started re-editing and I took out some really cringy moments that were back then. Stuff where things really dragged on, and I know I drag on with all kinds of stuff. Look, I know. I get it. But yeah, director's cuts, that's what they ended up becoming. So, I took something that was like 20 minutes and cut it down to like 8 minutes, make it something a little more digestible, make it something that can be easily consumed and more entertaining. So I did that with my first, I had redone my original first video talking about the Disney Infinity figures. I remastered that as much as I could. The quality of the video in itself was quite crappy, but it was all I had, back then. That was the first thing I ever did. But I was really happy to revisit it. And unfortunately, the original version on YouTube broke. So it just went nuts. It got choppy and just the playback was broken. So I have no idea what caused it. But since YouTube couldn't do anything on their end, I took it upon myself to basically just rework it myself. So, and I'm actually very happy. I'll tell you one of the ones that I did, which it was one of the videos I was most proud of because I had so much fun doing it and being such a big Resident Evil fan. A long time ago, this was years ago at this point, I cut together the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes and made it into basically a movie. I used some gameplay, but mostly the cinematics, and put it in chronological order of the events and made like a 3.5 hour movie because I was just so desperate to have a Resident Evil movie that was actually Resident Evil instead of what we get in Hollywood. So I put that together and I had that video for years, and it it ran its course a little bit when years ago it came out, but there wasn't much traffic on the channel at that time. It ran its course and then just kind of just has been sitting on the channel doing nothing. And then the video broke. And I only found out because just one day while I just wanted something playing in the background while I was working, I was like, I'm going to watch my Resident Evil movie. I'm going to put that on and let it run. And I was like, oh my God, within just a few minutes, I knew something was wrong. And that was one of the videos I asked YouTube to try to help me with. And they said they tried something. I, I have no way to prove whether or not they did. But either way, nothing changed. So I took the video down and I went back I found the original source file and made a new thumbnail and put things together and just kind of cleaned it up a little bit, adjusted resolution here and there, just because I had the chance. And let me just touch it up a little bit, reprocessed it, and reposted it. And let me tell you guys, that video right now is like driving the train right now of this channel. That thing is moving with constant views since I reposted it. So, silver lining of that video breaking, that video is now leaps and bounds beyond performance levels that it was originally, because it just sat in my backlog of videos and it wasn't being pushed. And right now, for whatever reason, the algorithm loves it. Absolutely loves it. And I'm getting like awesome comments from people, and it's great. And then the other one that's a driving force right now is my old video from back, that might have been my second video I made about ET on the Atari 2600. That video broke. Went in, fixed it, reposted, and holy moly, thing's flying. It's got hundreds of comments on it. It's insane. People back and forth sharing their war stories about that game. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. So this terrible thing that happened, breaking multiple videos, ended up almost being the best thing that could have happened. So it's crazy. Freaking Wiener, what's up going on? Do I have an Instagram? No, I don't have Instagram. I am on X. I used to be on TikTok, but I deleted that. I was just pretty much done with that. I've never used Instagram. I do have a MatCave Gaming Facebook thing, but I'm not active on it. I don't really use Facebook. YouTube is really, that's it. That's what I use. And I use Discord. But now, guys, this is awesome. I just started seeing this popping up on some of my favorite channels. It's still kind of in its beta right now, I think. But a bunch of creators are getting access to the brand new communities feature on YouTube, which basically takes the community tab and turns it into a place where you don't have to wait for me to post something for you to then comment or say something. It basically turns the community tab into Discord. And then you, as the subscribers, can start a conversation or start a topic. And I don't have access to it yet, but seeing it out in the wild now, I am excited. I am so excited. When I was building up this channel early on, and this was well before even any dreams of monetization or anything like that, the community tab had a requirement. They eventually gave it to everyone, and they did it shortly after I got to it. You needed 500 subscribers to get the community tab, and that was my goal. I was like, I want the community tab. I want to be able to interact with everybody and have a place that people can come to the channel to not just watch a video, but to talk about things and share ideas and stuff like that. And I've got the community tab, and I was so psyched. Now everybody gets it, but now it's going to be called communities, and it's basically going to be like Discord built into YouTube, and I can't wait. The second that goes live, you guys are going to be hearing from me about it. We're going to be using that like crazy. Yeah, it's nuts. Black Dragon says another thing that helps the algorithm is consistency. Yes, 100%. I've picked up a bunch of momentum recently, and it has clearly been working. It's clearly been having a major impact. Like I'll let me see. What can I pull up that I don't want to like make myself what's the term? I forget the term for it. I don't want to like disclose, personal information and stuff like that. Why can't I get back to my studio? Here it is. So if I go to my analytics, I just want to show you what's going on with, I want to show you the grid, the pattern. Can I open that? If I go to advanced mode. Okay, so there's a bunch of videos here that starting on, let me just find the point where it started. January 18th. And it was really about the 23rd. So, come on, put the mouse there. Okay, so here, let me turn this around. So when you go into Studio and you look at like your graphs of stuff, so we're looking at like content performance, right? So it's down low at early January, right? And then as we go, we get a bit of a bump. And then we go a little deeper into the month. But then I reposted that Resident Evil thing like mid-January. And this is when I started finding that videos were breaking. And then we started getting a big bump right there. And then all of a sudden, about the 23rd of this month, it just started going. And we've been on pretty much an upward trend since. And it's crazy because I almost have the videos breaking to thank for that happening, because it really kicked me into gear. And that was like, I was so upset that the content I had on here, that I work hard on it. I try to make it the best. I know I'm not great at this. I try to do what I can, and I try to make sure that I'm improving each time out, and I learn new stuff all the time. But this switch flipped in me, and I was just like, I gotta like push. I gotta push, and I gotta make up for the loss of this content, because I had to get rid of the older posts. I can't have, even though I edited, it's the same content. You can't duplicate. It might sit there for a little bit, but eventually it's going to get caught by the system, and I could lose monetization for that. I can lose the program with YouTube, the partner program. So, not that I want to duplicate anything anyway, but when you get rid of it, everything goes with it. All of the views, all of the watch hours, all of the comments, all of the likes, everything that happened with that piece of content, the moment you not just unlist it, the moment you delete it, that is gone, and gone forever. So I kind of went into I got really stressed about it, and I was like, I got to try to figure this out. And as soon as I started working on things to try to bring them back, I got the bug again. I got the like motivation. I was like, man, oh man, I forgot how much I liked working on this video. And then I was like, oh, you know what? Now this is my opportunity. I can fix that. I can fix this. I can change the color. I can change the lighting. I can change what's shown at this moment. I even rearranged the order of some things in these videos and bring it back out, and then started scheduling them. That was the other thing. When you talk about consistency, one of the things that has helped me dramatically, and I highly recommend this. It's an opportunity. Yeah, it was an opportunity. It really was. It's the what was I where was I going with that? With consistency. So Black Dragon, you mentioned, yeah, with the algorithm loves consistency. I started pre-scheduling the content. So I was like, okay, I want to have a new video pop out each morning this week and lead up all the way to our weekly live stream. And then boom, we just keep going. And I started doing that the last few weeks, and I'm loving it. And so is the algorithm. So yeah, it's rewind. My brain just like, what's up, D-Pain? Good to see you, dude. We were just talking about you a little bit ago. It says the weird thing is creators have had strikes on videos they had deleted. So I question how gone something. Oh wow, really? I've never heard of that happening. I mean, I've seen people get a strike on something while it's unlisted because technically it is, well, not technically, it's still there. When something's unlisted, all you need is the direct link to the video and then boom, you're in. And even when something is set to private, if you give the permission to someone to be able to view it, then they can see it. So it's all still there. But I've never had an issue with anything after being deleted. I've kept some things unlisted or maybe private while I'm figuring out what it didn't like. If it claims something, I haven't had any strikes, and God willing, I don't get any. But I've had claims, and then I work on it to say, okay, what was claimed? How can I adjust that? Maybe I just erase this sound clip. Maybe I take that moment out completely, and then it just kind of work from there. But I'll tell you, pre-scheduling content, like working on it, prepping it, make sure I'm happy with it, and then I just kind of set it to pending and schedule it out. And then after that, it's honestly this, I feel this weight lifted off of me. And now I'm like, I can breathe. I don't have to worry about grabbing something really quick to get working on. I know I have things coming out, and I still have stuff pre-scheduled. So I'm just trying to stay consistent with that and really, have something of good quality come out to you guys. So that's the thing with That's where I was going with that, with the talk of consistency. That was the big thing. Stanley's what's up, dude? It says good you not use the footage for shorts or even a highlight. But yeah, oh, could you use that? Yeah, I've done some shorts. I do have shorts on the channel. I'll tell you, if there was one thing I would say is my biggest struggle on YouTube is shorts. Not about making them, but getting them to do anything. I have watched so many things about building shorts, and I've tried every trick in the book. I've used every method of making sure you tag it a certain way or use the keywords or put this in the description or put that in the title. I've tried it all. My shorts don't go anywhere. I've had a couple here and there, get a few thousand views, but the rest of them are like in double digits. Like they don't do anything. So my motivation to do shorts, it's not high, and I more enjoy long form content and live streams than the shorts. But don't get me wrong, I like most other people have spent plenty of time on my phone going through shorts and watching a bunch of short form stuff. But I have fun. Sometimes I find really funny moments that happened in things, and I'm like, that's definitely a short. And it's not so much about like, man, I need this short to perform. It's just like, this was really funny, and I want people to see it. I've had so many funny moments like streaming with Scotty and Star Wars Obsession, especially when we've like played like Fortnite together or Ghostbusters Unleashed and stuff like that. We've had so many funny moments, and I turn those into shorts. And whether they perform or not, I'm just happy that it's there because those are moments that I want to remember. And every once in a while, I find myself going back to them because it's just so much funny. Like I have a short on there of the three of us, me, Scotty, and Obsession, playing Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed. Speaking of Ghostbusters, and Obsession is the ghost, and we didn't know. And he was pretending, he's talking to us like he's part of the team. And what I turned into the short is the moment I realize Obsession is the ghost. It's so freaking funny. And then there's another short of Scotty making a creative character. And then we have a ton of funny Fortnite moments. Playing games with those guys, by the way, is one of my favorite things ever. Like, just streaming with those guys is just the three of us, just to pull back the curtain a little bit. We talk every day. Like I'm not even exaggerating. The three of us talk every day. Um, they like in this crazy world of doing any type of internet anything, these guys have become like two of the best friends I've ever had in my life, and I'm so thankful for it. Like we have a blast, we crack up about everything, and look, we even like we get into our own little, like not, I wouldn't call it arguments, but disagreements, and then at the end of it, it's just like, all right, cool, rock on, dude. Like it's just, I don't know, I think that's what makes it work, is that we just get through everything together, guys. We're there for each other. And I hope that anyone in this type of space, anyone doing this streaming type stuff, finds something like that. It's so special. It's so amazing. I've met so many people, all you guys here that here today, knowing that you guys are out there and that we get to have fun and hang out. That's amazing. That's incredible. I feel very, very lucky that that's even part of this. So many people out there that really do this. There's people that do this as a job. For me, I would love if this was I would love to do this for a living, but realistically that's not an option right now. But I hope that the people that have made it big on this, somewhere in that crazy journey, have at least found what I found here. Because if not, I don't care how much money you make on this. If you haven't made true connections, I think you missed the point of the whole social media thing. Like, it's just like the whole point is about connecting with people. That's what social media was made for. It's now become something that is not what it was meant to be, but whatever. Nothing we can do about that. But anyways, I'm off on see, I said it before. I go off on tangents and I just start. I would edit all this out. This is what I'm saying. If this was a video, I'd be like, I'd look at myself and just like, MatCave, shut up. Like, just get to the point. I don't know. It's just ridiculous. I don't even know. How did we get here? Like, I'm talking about making thumbnails before and talking about editing studios, and now I'm talking the philosophy of social media. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm getting old and now I just like all my thoughts I just vomit them out on people. Let me catch up on what you guys are saying here. Little Spec Linux Gaming. What's up, dude? Good to see you, my friend. Says, what issues are you having with the video editing? I use Shotcut. Been smooth for me. I got to look that up. Yeah, it's literally, low spec. It's literally the editing portion of it that has slowed down dramatically. I use Pinnacle Studio 26. I use the Ultimate Edition. It's got all its, fancy bells and whistles, and I use a ton of it. But the editing process itself, I find myself now, when I make a change, I have to now, like, I'm waiting too long. And I don't want to sound like it's not a matter of being impatient. It's, I know what this thing was capable of. And now it's not doing what it's not performing like it used to. And I've done updates and I've cleared cache and I've done all the stuff. I've done all the troubleshooting that Pinnacle recommends. But it's just, it has slowed down the creative process to a point where I'm like, I really need to consider getting something else, because it's actually impacting the rate I can get content out. Because as much as I want to take my time with things, there is a level of speed you want to have if you want to keep up with the consistency. That's my issue. That's where it is. But you called what was that? Shotcut. Let me see. Shotcut video. Okay, so it is available on Windows. That's what I'm using. Oh, it's from. Is this this brought me to Filmora? Is that part of Filmora? Oh, I missed a whole bunch of comments. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. My chat just caught up, and all of a sudden there's like, I see so many of you guys. Yeah, like where I'm up to now, Darren said, so far I haven't gotten any strikes. I only had one live stream removed. Oh, gotcha. Well, yeah, you definitely don't want the strikes. That's definitely not what you want. Low Spec says DaVinci Resolve is the GOAT if you need that level of professionalism. Yeah, a lot of people have been talking up DaVinci. I definitely got to do, my research into it and see what's going to make the most sense, both functionality wise and financially. I don't want to do anything monthly if I can avoid it. Matt's all like, Mars, I hate you and love you all the same time. You guys are nuts. Let me go. Oh, geez, I missed like so many more. Let me back up. Knee Pain says, yeah, when YouTube implemented some new policies a few years ago, and I heard cases of creators getting strikes, hasn't happened recently. Oh, so when the policies changed, some of the older stuff got caught? Oh, that's crazy. That's nuts. You also said I'm pre-scheduling for another channel. I've got content ready through August. Dude, yes, that's awesome. Oh man, all the way through August, dude, you are killing it. Oh my God, it really does feel good, dude. That's like getting that weight off of your shoulders to know like, okay, I can breathe and I know there's stuff coming out, and that's awesome. The other thing I've been trying to do more of is also, as I'm completing long form videos, I want to get them out before they go public. I want them out early for our channel members. That's something I want to be better at. Making sure that we have, Stanley says, the three amigos, the three musketeers with me, Scotty, and Obsession. Yeah, we have a lot of fun. I didn't dislike streams, but after 3 hours, I would feel like I could have spent the time doing something a bit more creative. Yeah, sometimes, like last night, don't get me wrong, I had a blast last night, but we went over 3 hours last night doing that invisible enemy mode on Resident Evil, and man, those long streams take a toll. They really do. But they're fun. Sometimes they're, most of the time for me, they're fun, but sometimes there can be some long ones that are like, oh man, I'm getting tired. Yeah, we were talking about DaVinci Resolve. I'm looking into that one. Everyone's saying it's pretty powerful. Low Spec saying open source, lightweight, and I'm using a CPU graphics, no dedicated GPU. That's on the one that you were talking about with Shotcut. Oh, I missed. I was asking, is Shotcut part of? I went to Shotcut, but it took me to Filmora. Oh, is there a? Oh. That's weird. Apparently, some portion of Filmora is named Shotcut. Okay, so I went to the wrong thing. So okay, I did find Shotcut. Free open source cross-platform video editor. Okay, here we go. Let me move this for a second. Yeah, here we go. Now I actually found it. And yes, it looks like, just even from the screenshot, on the surface, definitely has things I'm looking for, the multiple tracks, being able to overlay and get different effects and everything in there. So that's something. This is another one I'm kind of saving like bookmarks in here. And I see it is a free software. Let's see, wide formats supports hundreds of audio and video formats and codecs thanks to FFmpeg. Okay. No import required, which means native editing. Interesting. That speeds things up right off the bat. Plus multi-format timelines, resolutions, frame rates within the project. Okay, so that's interesting because with Pinnacle, which I'm currently using, not that it ever took too long with the importing, but it does require importing the video before it'll even start to process it at all. Let's see, Blackmagic Design SCI and HDMI for inputs and so it does have the preview monitoring, which is good. I definitely want that so I can see in real time what's going on. It's got a sleek, intuitive interface. That's a lot for a free program. All right, so this is another one that I'm going to bookmark because I'm going to try a bunch of these, especially the free trials that are in some of these things. I want to be able to have what I need and have it work efficiently. That's the key. That's definitely the key. DaVinci Resolve Pro/Studio license is a one-time perpetual license. No upgrades required for the new versions. Okay, that's good to know. Spidey used to use Shotcut and started using DaVinci after that. I don't know what Melty Tech was, but it took me to Filmora. I don't know what that was. Darren says, I tried the free version of Filmora, but it leaves the watermark logo, and to remove it, you have to pay for the upgrade. Yeah, a lot of the free stuff when there is a paid version of it, if they have not necessarily a free trial, but just the free version, the watermark can be pretty common. Now, that said, sometimes there's a little bit of a workaround depending on where they place the watermark. So sometimes the watermark is like, boom, like in your face, transparent, but like center stage. And I've seen a lot of programs do that. Sometimes the watermark is off into a corner somewhere or just off to the side. And when you edit, you just whoop, whoop. You just adjust. So sometimes there's workarounds, but it all depends on where that watermark landed. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like I think Filmora has something within it that's named Shotcut, like a feature or something like that. It says, I'm in your Discord if you want to ping me about the Resolve. Awesome. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll definitely hit you up if I have any questions on it. There's good tutorials on YouTube with Shotcut. Awesome. Yeah, this one looks really interesting, especially since it's free. So why wouldn't I try it? I'll definitely give it a shot. That's, why not when you got the free option? It would be interesting to me as a Linux user what KDN Live is like, though. I have never tried it. KDN Live. Is that another one? KDN Live. KDN Live Video Editing Freedom. Okay. It's a free open source video editor. They ask for, not that they're required, but they do ask for donations to help support it. And this is another free open source editor. There's not a ton of info on their main page, but from the screenshots, it's got plenty of built-in features that I'd be looking for. This is another one I could definitely try. I do like, it looks like you can adjust the audio levels right on the timeline. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Interesting. Let's tag that one as well. Man, you guys are all a wealth of knowledge out here. Holy moly. Let's see. Filmography watermark is in the dead center of the video. Yeah, that'll do it. A lot of Linux users use KDen Live if they are not on Resolve. Interesting. Okay, that's cool. Mars is saying, I just purchased a Rode NT5. The mic is amazing. I can pick up sounds from the other side of the house. Oh my God, that's a sensitive mic. I hope it has the noise cancellation built into it too. But that's awesome. That's a powerful microphone. That's really cool. Awesome. Guys, this is great. I got a lot of options to look into here. It's so weird not using my actual microphone right now. I'm using this tiny little Bluetooth one that I got off of Amazon. I don't even remember the brand of this. I have the thing charging for it. It was nice though. It came with two. I'm using one obviously, and the other one's in there, and there's an adapter that goes right onto my phone, and then it just takes over the usage of the microphone. I used this microphone when I went to that Long Island retro gaming convention over the past summer, and it actually worked really well. Especially it was loud there, and this thing canceled out the noise really, really well. So I was having a blast with that. Speaking of retro gaming, Spidey, I don't know if you're still here. But guys, be sure to keep up with Spidey Librarian's channel. Very, very soon. He's got things already scheduled out. We've got an upcoming live stream from Spidey using his brand new Hyperkin Retron 5, and he's got some Spider-Man games to play, some old school stuff. So I can't wait to see that. I'm going to definitely make sure that I am there for that stream. I think would you say it was the 15th? I think it's February 15th, guys, that he will be debuting the Retron 5. Yeah, Saturday the 15th, it looks like. So mark your calendars, guys. Mark your calendars. Some old school Spider-Man games and being able to be played in like great quality. Dude, I know you were testing it out already, but I'm telling you, man, you're gonna love it. It's like it's almost difficult for me to now go back to the actual consoles. I still play the actual consoles all the time. I mean, I'm just look, let me I can just do this. I got my I got my CRT right there, and I got Nintendo and Super Nintendo and N64 and Atari and everything all set up to it. But it's when you're able to basically get an upgrade of the original cartridges and use the original controllers with the Retron, it's hard to go back. It's hard to go back. Plus, it's so easy to capture from it. It's just there's so many things. The things I have learned from doing all of this, and not just about streaming and making content, just the things I'm capable of doing for my own enjoyment and getting the best out of my games. It's so good. It's so good. But I always have to have the tube TV because how else am I going to play Duck Hunt, or Wild Gunman? I got to be able. I got the Zapper right over here somewhere. Oh man, I probably put it back in the drawer. But I got to be able to play those. I have no other way of playing them. So I don't like the other like newer versions of stuff. Like you could play Duck Hunt on the Nintendo Wii using the Wiimote, but there's a target on the screen. I'm like that. Like that's no fun. I'm like I'll never miss now. So I like the old school stuff. Emulators are great, and people do crazy stuff like porting Atari 2600 Star Wars to Commodore 64. That's great. The things that I keep looking up at my okay. Every time you see me go like this, I'm going to talk to you guys, but I'm looking at my other camera. This is so weird using my phone. The things people are able to do now with video games and movies and fan films, and the power that is in the community of fans' hands is insane. It's absolutely insane. Um, I'm blown away by what people are capable of doing. Like one of my favorite channels that I watched well before I even started really getting deep into making content was Gamer's Little Playground. And the reason I got into it and was one of my biggest inspirations for doing what I did with the Resident Evil video is he turned video games into movies, like using the game. And I loved the balance between, because it wasn't just here's all the cutscenes. Because when you do that, I see plenty of videos do that. It's like, here's all the cutscenes from the game. But you don't get the whole story because games now have so much of the story in the gameplay. So I had so much inspiration from Gamer's Little Playground about balancing the amount of gameplay that's important to the story and mix it with the cutscenes. So I did that with not only the Resident Evil video, but I did that with my God of War videos. And I turned those into movies. And just to give you guys a bit of a heads up, those are old videos at this point, and they also broke. So that said, one of the things that I am in the midst of working on is polishing them up, a couple of re-edits here and there, cleaning them up, upping the resolution, and those will be reposted. So the God of War game movies that I made a long time ago are going to make a comeback, just like the Resident Evil one did. And they're going to be new and improved. And I had so much fun making those originally. So I have a God of War movie for the first game, the second game, the third game, and the fourth game, the newer style of Kratos with Atreus and everything. And those are set up as movies. So those are coming soon. So if any God of War fans out there, I got that on the way. It'll be here soon. That actually should be. I should have that. At least the first two should be out next month. So that's coming down the pipeline. I'm working on a lot of stuff, guys. It's a lot. And I do this much like so many of us. This is like a hobby thing. We do this for fun, but there's a lot of work that does go into it. But the key is enjoying it, so that it's not really work. You know what I mean? Like I enjoy the editing process. I enjoy making this stuff. If I'm not enjoying it, like there's days where I'm like, I really should put something together, but if I'm not in the mood for it, I don't do it. And I purposely do. I don't force myself to do it, because if I do that, I'm going to hate it, and I don't want that to happen. So that's a big key of doing all this. And a lot of those big channels that are like, here's how you grow the channel and blah, blah, and go from 0 to 1,000 and blah blah blah. They forget to mention, make sure you're happy doing it. Make sure you're enjoying what you're doing, because if you don't, well, kind of what's the point? That's my opinion. That's my opinion on it. But yeah, it's crazy. Oh, we understand you can't walk and chew gum at the same time. We get it. I love it. I love it. Anyone new here, by the way? Just so you know, Black Dragon. He it may seem like he's giving me a hard time. Which, look, it's fine. If there's anyone who's been here like he has, like he's got free range. Go for it. I love it. I love it. Keep going, Dave. I love it. Black Dragon's been here since the beginning, guys. So he's one of the amazing people that I met on this journey. One of the many that I have met through EBN. So it's just amazing. The community here is just it's incredible. Nipane says, agreed. Hardware and software available now is leaps and bounds beyond where professional tools were 15 years ago. You're not kidding, man. It's insane what it's capable of. Nipane, dude, has gifted 5 MatCave Gaming memberships. Oh my God, that's awesome. I wish I could pop them up on the screen. Is there a way to do that? Did that just come up? Did that come up on the screen for you guys? Or is it just letting me read it? I can't do a pop-up like the like when we're on the computer. Oh, that's unfortunate. But thank you so much, Neepin. We got 5 memberships that went out. Let me see if I can I'm gonna butcher some of these names. Vito Libido. Vito Libido gets, that's awesome. A community. Go, Matt. That's awesome. Good to have you back on the memberships. Brian Alex gets a membership. V4ND41 gets one, and Free Hacker Radio also gets a membership. Thank you so much, and welcome everybody to the MatCave Gaming memberships. We got the custom emojis in there. Have fun with them. I got a couple ideas. I'm going to be swapping some of the emojis out and kind of keeping them a little more up to date with the things that were going to be coming down the pipeline. So much like how I added in some Final Fantasy ones because we were deep into Final Fantasy, kind of the same idea. So I'm going to be kind of rotating emojis in and out. Blazerhawk Darren makes a huge point. Most of us are from the EBN family. Yes, so many of us have met, like you and I, Darren, through that. Black Dragon says, if you don't enjoy what you're making, it will not be quality content. I agree. I 100% agree. It's, you know what it is? And I've seen it many times. And I am sure I am guilty of it myself, because there have been times where I have forced myself to push forward with certain things. You can tell when you're the viewers, when you're the audience, you can tell when the person that's there either hosting the show or narrating the content or just on camera in any way, you can tell if they're not in the mood for it. You can tell if they're not having a good time, even if they feel like they're hiding it. It's one of those things that will show through. And for some people, they're better at hiding it than others, but there's always a little bit at least that will just leak out. And the audience will notice that. And I've been a viewer of things and have seen this happen. And here's the thing, there's the feeling that I then get, right? I become, as the audience, I become more disinterested because the host isn't interested. So then it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like, well, if you don't care, why should I care? Like, it's sort of that sort of thing. And it's something that I think, I'm not saying that there's a ton of people that do this there, but I would say there's enough people that force themselves too much that they lose the enjoyment. So it's the whole point is enjoy what you do. That's the key. Spidey Librarian says, I found that when I'm editing a video, there comes a point where you basically have to ask yourself, am I enjoying this process? Yeah, and look, editing, as much as I love editing, it can be very frustrating and it can be very time consuming. So sometimes you got to kind of push through that, right? But pace yourself, you know? If you feel like you're like, man, I'm just not putting my heart in this, step away from it, walk away. There's so many things, even with gaming, guys, video games. You're playing a game, you hit this moment in the game that you're just like, I just keep dying over and over. I can't get past this part. This is the worst game ever. Ah! Step away. Give it a day, at least a day. Just walk away. Do something completely unrelated. Get your mind off of it. And I swear to you, 9 times out of 10, 9.5 times out of 10, when you come back to it, you're in a better mindset, and all of a sudden, you're able to do it. So just that's a thing with life in general. Like, if you're frustrated about something, sometimes just kind of taking yourself out of the equation for a little bit and then coming back, sometimes that's the cure. That's the thing to get it. There is content I enjoy, but not necessarily knee pain related, and not necessarily Star Wars or even pop culture. Yeah, see, this is knee pain. The thing with I know you're shifting things and moving in a different direction. It's one of the things, I know a lot of stuff happened with your channel, Star Wars related, which, don't get me wrong, that's great. And I know, from speaking with you and, hearing you on live streams and stuff, I know that wasn't the initial intent. One of the biggest things I loved so much on your channel was the stuff that was not Star Wars related, the stuff about photography equipment. Earlier in the stream, I think it was before you were here, we were talking about a video you had on your channel where you just, like, you were out for a hike and you saw that owl, and you had your lenses with you and you had your camera and everything. So you found that spot and were able to capture in such low lighting. You were able to capture all those different shots of that owl. I forget what kind of owl it was. Yeah, I remember you explained what it was in there and the method you were using, the lenses you were using, and how you were adjusting the lighting and the exposure. That was great. Like, I was just locked in on that. I just love that style of content because it's not just about, like, enjoying watching something. I'm learning something with it, and that's what I love. I love that type of content. So I hope with whatever direction you're going in and whatever channel you start using and everything like that, I hope there's, like, things in that vein. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I love the way you explain the topic that you're talking about, whether it's anything, Star Wars, photography, hiking, wilderness, like all that stuff. Like, even when you kind of had just more of even just like the vlog style stuff, talking about the was it the camper that you got, or was it like a mobile home that you got? That stuff is great. I love that stuff. Definitely very cool. Fuller's figures, dude, what's up. Oh my god! Speaking of, we said it way early in the stream, talking about how these daytime streams are so different. Different people coming in because all the crazy time zones. Fuller's figures, guys. We never get to talk anyway. We're like on opposite ends of the world. Like it's awesome. Good to see you, dude. Good to see you. Um, let's see, where else did I get? Oh, Black Dragon. Thank you so much for posting that link there. Yeah, we got. I got got a couple new items in the merch shop now, so definitely check them out. I'm using that retro logo. I'm coming up with a new logo as well that I want to start to incorporate. I'm not going to retire the retro logo, but I want to kind of expand on it to have a little bit more going on there. So, man, we've been going for. Man, we're at 90 minutes already. Holy moly, time flies, guys. I just did this randomly. I just figured I'm sitting here, maybe just hang out with everybody, and then everybody keeps talking. A lot of people have been talking to me about this whole vertical streaming, and I know there's different features that come with this. I don't fully understand all of it, but I don't really know how it all. I wish I could like highlight certain chats. Like, I wish there was a way I could go in and, you know, like when we're doing like other live streams and I get the pop-up chat. I wish there was a way to do that. Maybe there is, and I just don't know what it is. I mean, even looks like I can change like the filter while we're live. That's pretty crazy. It seems like there's a bunch you can do with this, but this format though, it's strange to me. Like, I don't think I'll ever get used to like vertical type stuff. Like I don't even like vertical photos. Like whenever my wife's taking pictures that she wants me to do anything with, I'm like, please turn the camera sideways, like turn your phone sideways and take it horizontal, please, for the love of God. I'm like, I can't do anything with this vertical picture. Like I just want it to be, I'm not used to it. No, my kids, on the other hand, everything's vertical. Everything is all of that. So it's break out the Wookiee filter. I don't know what other filters are on here. I mean, there's like this magic wand button. Oh, retouch. What did that do? Did that make me look like I'm wearing makeup? Can I turn that off? Yeah, I'm sorry, retouch features. There's only so much you're going to be able to do with this. This ugly mug is not getting any better. Sorry. There's no technology that's going to fix this. I don't know what this button is. There's a... Oh, highlight saved to your channel as an unlisted video. Oh, I just accidentally made a clip. Did my PlayStation just turn on? I got a PlayStation alert somewhere. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't know how this all works. There's a plus button down here. What does the plus button do? Start a poll. Okay, so that's where the polls are. What does this do? I might accidentally turn off the stream and I don't even know it. Chat filter. Oh, is it not showing me everything? All messages. Why would it not default to all? And then there's a shopping bag. Pin to live stream. Oh, weird. I can tag a product live. That's weird. Unfortunately, I can't do that with my own merch store. So we got to use the link that's always in the descriptions and on the homepage. But it's I use the Streamlabs merch shop because I like the quality of the products, and but it's not affiliated in any way through YouTube, so I can't like tag it or have, how sometimes you watch some videos and you see their product line like right under the video. I can't do that. The stores that it does use that for, I've used a couple of them before, and like I used like the spring. It used to be Spring Tea, now it's just Spring. I did not like the quality of their shirts. Like I had, I always get samples of it and make sure I check it out and everything. These things did not last. Like the quality was bad. I really like though the quality that comes from the Streamlabs merch shop. So I'm sticking with that for now. It checks the watch secret agents. It's I can't, when I see this, I think Knight Rider. That's my generation. This is Kit. Pick me up. Like, this is the second this became a thing, I was like, man, that's amazing. Everybody gets to be Michael Knight now. It's just hilarious. Black Dragon says the old photographs were 3.5 tall by 5 wide, so I feel your pain. Yeah, it's things are different. I mean, I grew up with the the 4x6 pictures. Those were like the normal picture, I guess, in the 80s and 90s, and then you get your 5x7s and all that stuff. But it's crazy. Fuller says my MatCave t-shirt's still going strong. It's been worn in the UK and Spain on holidays too. Dude, that is awesome. That is freaking awesome. See, they last. The new ones last. It's crazy. But now I've got some stuff in the shop now that has like the embroidered stuff, like some of the hats and everything. I got my son a hat. He likes the beanie hats and everything, so he's got the MatCave thing on there. He wears it to school and everything and stuff. He loves the stuff with that. But yeah, that's the stuff I got going on lately, guys. I'm just figuring out how I want to change up how I'm editing these videos. I keep going with I love making thumbnails. It's fun. We did a little bit of a tease of what I do. That's not my final thing with that Kid Icarus thumbnail. That I'm going to adapt quite a bit. I always just I get a starting point of like, this is the basic idea of what I kind of want to go for, and then I start to really like lock it in. That's why I've been really liking Canva. With like the magic erase and everything in it, I can like really fine tune those. So it's a lot of fun. Spidey says, I'm actually using Resolve right now. I'm doing some editing while I listen to you. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I do so much like editing in the background of when I'm doing something else. I try to, when I'm able to multitask when I'm here at the desk and everything, because this is also where I work. I'm very lucky. I do get to work from home. And when I have the capability of multitasking, I will. Do I pay for Canva? No, I'm using actually, am I using the free version? I don't think I paid for this. I made a personal account. Purchase history. I did pay for it. Oh, that's right. That's okay. I'm so sorry. I've been like steering everybody in the wrong direction. I started using this about the second half of last year. But come mid-December, December 17th to be exact, that's when I pulled the trigger and I did the full purchase, the subscription purchase. But it's a yearly purchase. So I did the annual and it's $120 for the annual, so for the year. So I was just very happy with what this was capable of, and it would show what you could do with the subscription, doing the more enhancements. I was like, that's cool. This thing works. And look, that's the biggest thing I look for any product. Does it work? Does it do what it says it will do? And does it do it well? I was happy with this. So now Canva is how I make my thumbnails now. And I love it. I mean, huge upgrade from Microsoft 3D Paint. So, which by the way, it went away. If I ever accidentally uninstall Paint 3D, it's no longer available. Microsoft got rid of it. In fact, for the longest time, it went away in November. For the longest time, there was a thing at the top that said, if you don't have a copy of the install file, get it now. Otherwise, it's gone forever. So it's, yeah, but I used it for the longest time. I mean, it's an underestimated software, Microsoft Paint. So that's how I was able to do a lot of things of like removing backgrounds of stuff and things like that. But yeah, I was upset that it got discontinued. But being that I found Canva and it does not only what I was already doing in 3D Paint, it does way more. So I'm pretty thrilled with that. I think that's pretty cool. A pretty good trade-off. I'm pretty happy with that. We've been going 99 minutes right now. I started this on my phone and my battery was at somewhere around 70 something percent, and I'm down to 57%. So That's not bad. That was another thing I was kind of curious about doing this was how is the battery gonna go? I don't have it plugged in. I just wanted to see how this did um, with the battery. So that's pretty cool. Man, we talked about a bunch of stuff today. I don't even know if any of it all made sense. I'm just like I've been rambling now for an hour and a half with you guys. Canva was interesting. I tried it out, but never committed to it. I mean, I know there's so many, especially when it comes to photo editing. There are so many programs out there. I mean, especially the Adobe stuff and everything like that. The really big ones. Um, that I'm sure are way more professional use than what Canva is. I like the simplicity of Canva because I'm only so good at any of this. So when it's very straightforward, I really do like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll figure out stuff if it's more complicated, but I do like that. Right when I was looking through it, like on the surface, I was like, oh, I get how to do that. Oh, I totally understand that. That's cool, great. And everything was working nice and fast and everything. One thing I did notice that helped it dramatically was in the browser, I turned on, I forget exactly what they called it. Basically, you tell the browser to utilize the GPU to enhance the browser to run faster. Um, that's not always recommended to do depending on what you're doing. Like I don't leave that on if I'm using a PC game or something like that. But for that, using Canva, enhancing it with the GPU has helped the tools within it run faster, like Magic Erase and all this stuff works a lot faster than just relying on the CPU and the browser cache and all that. So cool stuff, guys. Where are we at right now? We got the channel is flying, guys. Right now, I'm just blown away. 20,867 subscribers at the current moment. Views right now. Let me show you what I'm talking about with the views blowing up. Within the past 48 hours, we've had 21,499 views, and a bulk of that from that Resident Evil movie. And then behind it is the ET video. So that's what's been going on lately. And then the overall, I tend to look at the last 28 days when it comes to, different like stuff like that. So it's pretty crazy. Like, this is the latest video that came out. So that's just getting off its feet right now. So, but it's crazy. It's crazy. This second half of January has been nuts. So I'm hoping to keep the momentum going, and I want to try to keep all you guys more involved too as I go. Kind of get more stuff like this every once in a while. Things to just kind of hang out. Not sitting there. You watching me play a game. Like the channel doesn't have to be just that. I want to be able to hang out with you guys and have some fun. And then obviously we've got the Discord where a whole bunch of people are in there now. So if you haven't joined the Discord, feel free to go for it. It's totally free. Whole bunch of different chat rooms in there covering all kinds of different topics. So whatever you want to hang out and talk about, it's all good stuff. Thank you, Black Dragon. I appreciate that, dude. All right, where are we at? 2 o'clock. We're coming up on 2 o'clock in the afternoon here, Eastern Standard Time. I'm gonna have to pick up the kids in a little while, so I'm gonna wrap things up. The question is, how do I do that? I'm looking at the screen right now to see how you end the stream, because the last time I did this, the screen looked different, and now there's a bunch of different buttons, and I'm an old man. How do I do this? My pleasure, Neepan. I'm glad so many people popped in for this. This is crazy. Just a random live stream, and we had so many people here today. That's awesome. I appreciate it so much. Control Alt Delete. Yeah, this is. You got a meeting coming up, so this works out perfect. That's awesome. All right, dude. Good luck with the meeting. I hope everything goes well, guys. Everybody, thank you all again so much for joining me on this random live stream. I greatly appreciate all of you guys. The replay from last night's part 1 of Resident Evil 2002 Remake Invisible Enemy Mode. The replay is out there. It's got the chapters in place. Go check it out. Part 2 is coming soon. We're going to squeeze another day into the week where we start going in that game. And then next week, it's back into Final Fantasy VII world, guys. So we've got a bunch of fun coming up down the road. I think this X button that's up here is going to end this, so we're about to find out. So you may see me fumble here for the next couple of moments. But as always, everybody, remember, keep retro gaming alive, because one day your games will be retro too. All right, this old man's going to figure out how to turn this off. I will catch you guys later. I hit the X button. What are we doing? Are you sure you want to stop streaming? I think so. All right, everybody.